What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. Today, we're continuing our breakdown and grading of every single team's offseason with the NFC East, starting with the Washington Commanders. But before we get into all that, boys, how are we doing?
I suppose I'm doing all right.
That was the most boring way you could have answered that.
Alrighty.
Listen, it's been a very boring day.
Dude, well, we know you woke up like 25 minutes ago. It is 10
I woke up at
p.m.
1:30. I just didn't check my phone right away.
Real.
Dude, that's so fake. We know you checked your phone right away. That's what every human does.
Maybe
You don't
I
even
didn't
make
check
sure
my
you're
text
still
right away.
breathing. You just grab your phone and start going through notifications.
All right, well, I didn't check my texts right away. I
Well,
went straight to
that's dumb.
TikTok.
Fucking course you did. It had to go spread some more propaganda.
Spread some Kyle Long propaganda today.
Oh, really? Dude, TikTok's doing that thing where your guys' videos don't pop up anymore, so that's dope. It
Well,
does that,
I
with
also-
my entire following feed. It's like,
Telling me you didn't see my NBA Finals preview?
no, we need to
Gotta be
preview it
kidding
here
me.
where it matters. Ouch, that was a little far. That was a little aggressive.
Jimmy Good win game. That's my NBA Finals preview.
Dog, you were a little aggressive about Jokic on Twitter last night. Homie was going in.
I love
Jake,
Jokic.
you know he replied to you with it. The fat European.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Ain't
I
got
love
nothing on my
Jokic.
glorious
love
king.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
love
Jimmy
Jokic.
is the GOAT. So
Sorry, bro. Jokic ain't shooting 2 for 15 in a potential series clinching game.
nah, Bam's got him though.
Sorry, bro.
Don't you worry about it. Bam locking him. AP
cannot
couldn't
put-
do
they
it.
cannot
Bam's
put
got
Bam
as
on
good of a
Nikola
chance.
Jokic.
Listen,
They
Bam's
cannot
got just
put
as
Bam
good
on
of a chance
Nikola
of locking
Jokic.
Jokic as Jokic does locking Bam.
No.
Let's be real.
They're not,
Bam
Jokic
locks
isn't gonna be
himself.
guarding Bam.
Dude can't figure out how to score. Dude's gone
Also,
4 of 96 in the
Jokic-
playoffs. Dude is the
Jokic kinda
worst
figured out
playoff
defense
performer
in these
ever.
playoffs. Jokic
Oh,
has
he
been pretty
did.
good on defense.
He has
Jokic
been.
has actually been functional on defense.
That's
in
the
the
only
playoffs.
reason they got
And-
past the Lakers.
And there was a pretty good chance that, like they did with Anthony Davis, they're going to put Aaron Gordon on
Oh,
Bam
yeah.
for most of the series and just
Oh, yeah.
put
Is Aaron
Nikola
Gordon a
Jokic
good
out somewhere.
defender?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's their best dude. He was the guy who single-handedly blocked LeBron on the last shot of the game to complete the
Dude,
sweep.
Aaron Gordon's a
destroyed
freak,
him.
man.
Aaron Gordon's
I just
insane.
know he dunked good.
He dunks good and he defends good, which is
Zach
what makes him a
Levine
player.
dunked better though, so that's all that matters.
That's true. Zach Levine do dunk better.
Yeah. I'm doing
Let's not
okay.
talk
I
about
forgot
the
we were
Bulls.
doing that. Hi. I'm doing all right. I exist. I'm
Alright.
fucking tired. I woke
Dude's
up at
been
like
since
4 a.m.
That's crazy.
This
Fell
is true,
asleep
yeah.
at like 1 a.m. It was ridiculous. That's why I wanted to do the
Man.
podcast early. I could have been in bed by now, but
Yeah,
fucking Miller
same,
decided
yeah.
to sleep all day.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah, I
a
wonder what
sleepy
happened there.
man. I also have a life.
Okay. What,
Do you
playing
want to
Madden?
know? Oh, do you want to know what I spent my day doing?
Jerking off?
No, I
Oh.
spent the day hanging out with my grandfather.
Oh,
Yeah, I was being a good grandson.
Did that yesterday.
I wouldn't know what that's like. I don't have any of those left, so...
Well, I was talking to mine about
Washington
basketball.
Commanders are a football team in the National Football League, and
Not
they had
for
an offseason.
long.
That's
And
I
now
know
true.
we're going to
their
talk
name.
about
Washington Red
their biggest
Wolves
offseason move
incoming.
was
Washington
their
Demon
biggest
Cats.
offseason move was selling the team. So sold the
Honestly.
team. That's the big thing. That's their big thing. Looking at some of their free agent signings, first one that comes to mind is obviously Jacoby Brissett.
Ah,
Forgot he
Obviously.
signed there.
yeah, dude, I don't know
did see
any of
that
their
on the
moves.
ESPN page. Yeah, so they signed Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby.
Question is, okay, who would you start? Sam Howard, Jacoby Brissett. Now that I remember that Jacoby Brissett is there, it's actually a question.
That's so tough. Because right
I would
now,
start Jacoby Brissett because he's a
Brissett's
veteran.
better.
Jacoby's
And-
better, but Howell has potential. Like, you want to give
Right.
him reps. You want to play him. In worst case, if he sucks, you're just probably in position to get one of the better quarterbacks.
Dude, I feel so bad for Jacoby, though. He's so much better than just being a backup journeyman guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and I'm sorry, I don't see the potential with Howell that everybody else sees.
Like I
He's
said, if he sucks, you're
Well,
probably
to be
getting
fair,
top pick.
Miller has to say that he's a UNC fan.
That's fair. Miller does have to
No,
love.
I
He did
don't
look
have to
okay in his
say
action,
anything.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get the
In
better
one
UNC
game.
quarterback in Drake May next year, though. They'll get the better UNC quarterback next year.
Real.
Tough. It's tough.
But yeah, obviously Jacoby Brissett. That's at the very least, he's a good veteran presence for Sam Howell. Andrew Wiley is a pretty interesting signing as well, I think. I mean, I don't remember if he was good or bad last year.
Okay.
I feel like their tackles were pretty iffy throughout the year. But they signed him to a 3-year deal. They
Who's their
obviously
other
like him a good
tackle?
bit.
Sam Cosme?
Last year?
Yeah.
Sam Cosme.
Yeah,
think.
he's better.
I think he's a
he's better
tackle.
than Cosme.
Isn't
Yeah.
no? Isn't Wiley a guard? Am I on
He's a
drugs?
tackle.
Wiley was playing right tackle for
Okay.
the Chiefs last year.
He
He
can-
might
he
have been
can-
a
he
He's
can
guard.
play-
not better
he
than
can play
Cosme.
both.
He's better than
It says here.
Who's the
he can
other
play
one?
both.
I know.
Leno sucks. Cosme
Yeah,
is
but
good. And also young. If you're gonna bench a guy,
Good
you do
point.
not bench the 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to release Andrew Norwell. That just came out today. They're releasing him. Sam Cosme is listed as their right guard right now, and he's listed as their right tackle, Andrew Wiley. Nick Gates is their current center, another signing they made. They don't have anybody at left guard because no more Andrew Norwell. Chris Paul is their left guard right now. He's in the NBA offseason. He's playing left guard for the Commanders.
CP3,
And then it's
let's
Leno.
go.
But did they not draft an offensive lineman? They must have.
They
did.
drafted
Ricky
a center. They took
Stromberg.
Stromberg.
Ricky
Yeah.
Stromberg, yeah.
They
yeah.
also-
They take
Oh,
two
yeah.
centers.
They also got Braden Daniels.
Oh, you're right.
Or no, it was the
Um,
Texans that drafted two centers. That's my mistake.
Yeah, Olu and did they draft Olu? No, that
No.
was the Seahawks.
No, they drafted Jarrett Patterson was one of them, and
Can't
Juice
Pat-
Scruggs, I think.
Can't Patterson play guard though?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Patterson
they
was a
drafted him
guard.
with the intent of one of them to play guard, but I'm saying they were both listed as center on draft night.
Mhm. Yeah, but obviously speaking of centers, they signed Nick Gates and then drafted Ricky Stromberg. I mean, I don't know much about Nick Gates and how good he is, but assuming Ricky Stromberg will be starting pretty soon.
I'm just confused by all of it because Chase Roulier was really good. So
Yeah.
I don't get cutting him to sign a mid center and draft a guy when you had a 28-year-old, 29-year-old who was really good. That's just that's weird process, but that's been the Commanders for 30 years.
They've been doing a lot of cutting because keeping into like talking about some of the moves they're making. Just today, they not only are cutting Andrew Norwell, but they're cutting Cam Dantzler as well, who didn't even end up playing a snap for him.
He never even got to practice for him. I don't understand.
I don't know what Cam Dantzler has done to make both teams
said
hate
the
him.
wrong thing in practice.
He must
Not
have. I mean, I don't
practice.
know what. I mean, like, if you get kicked off the team before they even see you play in the uniform, like, something had to have happened. Like,
has he even been in the building yet, dude? Like,
I don't think.
I don't
mean, he might have.
understand.
No, that's crazy.
Wild.
But they didn't really have any other notable signings, as far as I know. They signed another center.
Who's
they
the other
signed.
one?
His name is Tyler Larson. They signed him.
Hey, Bears legend. He played on the
Who's
Bears.
currently third on the depth chart behind him and Stromberg. But signed two centers, drafted a center. They're ready. They're good. They better be good at center. Oh, and then Cody Barton. They lost Cole Holcomb. Signed Cody Barton. I like
Does
Cole
not
Holcomb a
fill
good
the
bit.
void. My UNC king.
And Cole was good, right?
Cole Holcomb's
that's a
good.
known fact. Yeah,
Cole
he's good.
Holcomb's one of those guys that's like really technically sound. He's just not a great athlete. He went to
Who did he
Pittsburgh.
sign with? Pittsburgh? Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. Holcomb, like he's I don't know, he's a really good Mike linebacker. He just doesn't have a lot of range. Good run defender. I like Holcomb.
Yeah. But that's about all they got for free agency stuff. So moving into the draft picks, obviously at 16, they passed up on Christian Gonzalez and instead took Emmanuel Forbes, corner out of Mississippi State. And as much as Emmanuel Forbes, the Commanders might be one of the teams that Emmanuel Forbes fit, which I don't know if he was. I think he was.
He absolutely was.
I cannot get behind that decision, me personally. I don't even hate Emmanuel Forbes that much, but taking him over Christian Gonzalez is just a travesty.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you boys think? Like, that is, to me, I don't get it at all. Like, I can't get behind that.
Yeah, no, I was not a big Forbes guy. He was my 10th corner, had a 3rd round grade on him. And, like, I get that he's somebody that if you can put him in this system, which it is the right system, he's going to be able to play a lot of off-man coverage in Washington's Fangio-inspired cover 4 defense. But, like, again, just over Gonzalez is insane. I mean, I know maybe I'm a little higher on Gonzalez than some because I know there was kind of a debate with the corners, but I know Geek will agree with me. Gonzalez was by far and away the best corner in this class. Blue chip guy, one of the best corner prospects I've watched in my lifetime. And to have him on the board right there at 16 staring you in the face, and you go, nah, let me take the stick bug from a bug's life. Like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. I get he's the scheme fit. Scheme fit matters, but Gonzalez, it will fit in your fucking scheme. Like, it's not like we're talking about 2 different guys that both need to go to a very specific scheme to succeed. You have one guy that's going to be great no matter where he's at, and the other one that does have to be in that specific scheme. It doesn't make sense.
And that's the thing is, like, Gonzalez is going to be good day one. That's a fact. Emmanuel Forbes, I do not think will be good right away. Will he? I mean, am I wrong to say that he probably won't be good right away?
I think he'll have more growing pains than Gonzalez, but I don't think he'll be like a liability off rip or anything.
No.
Forbes is talented. I'm not trying to say he's a bad corner.
Doesn't he kind of have the Trayvon Diggs gene where he kind of just jumps for interceptions?
Yeah, he's not disciplined at all. He's very springy, very jumpy.
Yeah. He'll lead the league in interceptions next year, trust.
Which, like, for the way he plays, or the role he's going to play, excuse me, that's fine. Like, he can be a good CB2 as somebody who's just jumping routes and shit. But, again,
he's Marcus Peters. I mean,
essentially.
Like, play style-wise, obviously.
Right.
Body type
right now, he
close,
is as good as Marcus Peters.
Honestly, maybe. Homie doesn't play anymore, so maybe.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. You're looking at somebody who can probably be a good CB2 versus Sauce Gardner. Like, Sauce Gardner, rookie year, long-term lockdown CB1 top 5 guy in the league. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of covered it, and this is one we've talked about like every week since the draft happened. I don't really have anything more to add. I just don't.
Yeah, all right, well, with the 47th overall pick, they decided to double up on defensive back and take one of Miller's, I think, guys, I want to say. Maybe not one of my guys, but...
He was. He was my favorite safety in the class.
But Jartavius Martin, hybrid corner safety out of Illinois, I believe. This dude... I didn't get to watch much of him, not as much as I would have liked to, so I'm going to let Miller take the floor here. But doubling up on defensive back is a good idea, so positionally, I can't hate this.
Yeah.
Real quick, how many favorite safeties in this class do you have? Because I remember 17 tweets about Skinner and Brian Branch, and this guy, fucking pick one.
Okay. Skinner's probably my favorite. Like, my absolute favorite. And then Quan, and then Branch.
Okay.
Also, just to clarify, because I still don't know where the nickname comes from, Jartavius Martin goes by Quan. Don't know where that... Maybe it's his middle name. Like, his middle name is something with Quan in it. I don't know. I just know that's a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, he's awesome. Jartavius Martin, he's one of these he's a corner coming out. That was a nickel corner. He's going to probably transition to being free safety. There's a lot of guys like this in this class. And
Yeah.
Martin's probably the one I'm the most excited about. He only had 2 penalties last year. Yeah, so he's very disciplined. Just over 5% missed tackle rate, so he's a good tackler. His backpedaling's great. He ran a 4.46 40. Good ball skills, strong arms. Like he's a really good developmental safety. Like some stuff needs to get there. He's not quite there mentally in zone coverage, and when it comes to man coverage, his eyes can get lost a little bit. But he's really good against the run, super athletic, sticky in man coverage when his eyes don't get lost. So he's a good developmental safety, maybe as a nickel corner if that's a route you want to go with him. But he's just going to be fun. He's going to be really, really fun in Washington, especially with the safeties they already have. So, yeah, I love Jartavius Martin, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do there.
I forgot they had a lot of good safeties, which makes this kind of confusing.
Cameron Curl's kind of sick.
Well, like I said, he can play nickel corner for you, too. And the defense they run, your nickel corners on the field.
A versatile defensive back in a shallow cornerback room is good.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who all was there at corner at that spot, but I don't know. If he's going to end up playing a corner spot anyways, why not just look at a corner? You know, I don't know.
I'm just saying, you get the flexibility there.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know.
But like the other guys
some of the
besides
picks are weird, but I get them.
Besides him and Emmanuel Forbes, it's Kendall Fuller, Danny Johnson, St. Just, and nobody. Like they have.
Yeah, because they let go of the best corner on their roster in Cam Dantzler, so it's ridiculous.
Emmanuel Forbes better.
Okay, we'll see.
Talked about their centers already, but obviously with pick 97, they took Ricky Stromberg, center out of Arkansas.
Solid pick.
Solid pick. I like it a lot. I mean, like he
picking up my notes on Stromberg, but
yeah, he was in need. Obviously they signed a couple centers, but they need a long-term option, and he's probably that for them. They need an offensive lineman. I don't know how versatile he is. I don't think he is. But yeah, Ricky Stromberg, solid pick. Offensive line was in need. If you're gonna start Sam Howell, protect him while you can. He'd probably end up starting at some point this season. So, and at 97, I think that's pretty good value for Stromberg. So I like that. Yes. Okay. Offensive line, Braden Daniels, like Geek mentioned. We got Braden Daniels. Offensive tackle, out of where did he go?
I remember if I watched him.
We're all Utah. We're
Utah. Okay.
I did not watch him.
I mean, hey, they needed tackles too. So, I mean, this is another pretty solid pick. I didn't think I watched much of Braden Daniels either.
I didn't watch any of them.
But
I'm looking at Pro Football Network's scouting report of him, Mr. Brett Yaris. His height is, I don't know what this is supposed to be in, but it's 6,035 somethings.
That means he's 6'3.5".
Or, you know, since you apparently know how to use fractions and decimals for everything else, maybe just learn to do that there. Height's
no, it's
like
a dumb way to
simple.
write it, but that's what he means.
6,035. He is 6,035 ants tall. That is what we are going with. And moving on.
Braden Daniels, another solid pick. KJ Henry was their next pick. They picked him 137 edge rusher at Clemson. I watched KJ Henry. I don't know about you boys. Miller, you were the edge rusher guy. You must have watched.
Yeah,
KJ.
I got him. Yeah. No, I like him.
I think he was pretty solid. Yeah.
He's a rotational guy. Like if he's your third edge, you're probably feeling pretty good about him.
And he is, if everyone's healthy and still on the team. So
currently, I think I
Montez
really
Sweat
knew of like
Chase
3
Young.
of these prospects that Washington drafted. This is a class of all time for sure.
Yeah. They only have 2 more picks after the KJ Henry pick. They did not draft that many players, and they didn't draft that many good ones.
Yeah, I like Henry. He's a good run defender, very technically sound. He's just not the best athlete in the world.
Yeah,
he doesn't have like a high ceiling, but he'll be good. He'll be good as like a third, fourth edge.
193, they took Chris Rodriguez Jr., running back out of Kentucky.
Oh, I think I like that fella.
I was a Chris Rodriguez fan.
He's gonna flip through his 485 notebooks. I hate that he has an entire fucking 7-subject notebook just for edge rushers.
We talked about this last episode.
No, that was defense. This is offense.
This dude
went
crazier than either of us when it came to prospects this year.
This dude, I'm pretty sure the only thing he did for 6 months was watch prospects.
Sorry, I can't hang out. I'm watching Andre Carter film.
Sorry, guys, I can't go out and get drinks with you. I'm watching Chris Rodriguez tape.
And I'm also not of legal drinking age.
So you can't drink water? I don't drink, so I don't know why you always assume it's alcohol.
Well, you said drinking. I think
no,
the
I
logic
said go out and get drinks. I go out and get drinks all the time. I
any
don't
kind
drink.
Of drink. It could be a Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, if I say go get coffee, though, you would have assumed I meant on a date, and we all know Miller ain't getting those. So... I am on one tonight. I'm sorry.
Anyways, I don't actually like Chris Rodriguez.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I forgot he's a bit of a troublemaker.
Oh.
Jake, why did you just spank him? What the fuck was that?
I spanked my microphone, first of all. Like a Keyshawn Booty troublemaker?
Oh, fuck.
He got a
like
DUI.
that kind of sense? Oh.
He got a DUI.
So he's an
and his coaches
idiot.
weren't.
Who doesn't, am I right?
I listen to Freebird, but I don't drive drunk.
I don't drive drunk. Nope, I'm not gonna go there.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
He's just your average power back. That's all he is. Which you'd think I'd like, but no.
Yeah. The only one of us who has any chance at knowing who Andre Jones is Miller. So
Jones.
He's a defensive end out of Louisiana. You know who Andre Jones is, Miller.
We're gonna find out, because I feel like the name's familiar.
I kind of hope he does, because it would be so fucking ridiculous.
If he knows Andre Jones, he officially went too far.
No lie.
Oh no, we're towards the end here.
Oh, Andre Jones.
Hold on, we're still getting there.
We're still getting there. We got a chance. He was a 6th-year senior. Icky.
All right, now we're into linebackers. I may have went too far, fellas.
What if he's a linebacker?
He's an edge.
What if he's a linebacker, though?
Dude started college in fucking 2016. 2017.
Sorry, I didn't watch him. I was too busy watching Aubrey Miller Jr. out of Jackson State.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
I was too busy watching not 95-year-old prospects. Sorry.
My bad.
What the
Maybe
fuck?
I did watch him. Who is it again?
Andre Jones, edge.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch him.
He was a Raging Cajun. Asian Cajun.
I did not watch him. Unfortunately, he was not one of the 40.
I don't really know what we have to say about him, unfortunately.
He's old.
He's old as
prospect.
Dirt. I'm pretty sure he's older than Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I'm like 90% sure.
What are they cooking?
Hold on. I gotta check. I wish I was cooking something. I'm kind of hungry. He's older than Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Oh no, okay. Montez Sweat is older, so it's okay. They
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's a good pick. One of the starters is older.
He's a good pick
than this guy.
I'm automatic. All right, boys. Now that we've come to this part of the talk, what are we giving the Washington boring Commanders? Because they did nothing cool or interesting.
That's not true. They drafted Quan. He's cool and interesting.
He's cool and interesting. They did one cool and interesting thing. Hey, I don't know. C. I don't like much about what they did.
What was the class again? I gotta look up who they drafted. I already forgot.
Forbes, Martin, Stromberg, Andre Jones, Chris Rodriguez,
KJ Henry and Braden Daniels.
KJ Henry. Yeah.
They had 7 guys.
I'm giving it a C.
It's
not. I do not like this offseason at all.
It was a C until like 12 hours ago, and then they cut Cam Dantzler. Now it's a D+. Just bozo moves.
Yeah, let's talk about the Giants, shall we?
I guess. I really don't want to.
Giants. Oh, we're talking about the Giants. Look at the free agent signings. One that I think is pretty interesting is Amani Oruwariye. That's a pretty good signing, I would say. I mean, they needed a corner. They needed a corner. He's been pretty good for Cincinnati. I think he's probably corner 1 there.
Hold on. For whom?
Oh, am I getting him mixed up with Chidobe Awuzie? I am.
Yeah.
For the Lions. He was a good corner for the Lions. My bad. Yes.
Good catch, Miller.
He's the one who had like a good season and then fell off.
One good season, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh,
ooh, Detroit might be cooking," and then he didn't do anything last year.
And then they let him go in free agency. But Amani Oruwariye is a good signing. And then, of course, we come to probably their biggest move of the offseason. Darren Waller. Traded for Darren Waller.
Because he's wearing the number 12.
Not only that, he is an aging, injury-prone tight end. And they gave up assets for him. I don't know, man.
Well,
it's another one for Daniel
Jones.
Jones.
Like a 4th-round pick?
They didn't give up that much. Yeah, the trade, they didn't get like fleece or anything.
I think they literally gave up pick 100.
But what do we think about Darren Waller? Like, where does Darren Waller rank amongst tight ends for you guys right now? I know it's hard with how injured he's been. Like, where does a healthy Darren Waller rank for you guys?
I don't even know what a healthy Darren Waller looks like at this point.
Well, Darren Waller, when he was healthy, was a consensus top 5 tight end.
Right, but I'm saying, like, I don't know if there is a healthy Darren Waller is kind of where I'm at. Like, I feel like even a healthy Darren Waller is not going to be the same guy. Granted, outside of the top, like, 5 or 6 tight ends, there's a lot of mediocre guys out there. Like,
yeah.
I guess I'll go further. I'd say, like, the top 9 are probably, like, great to good, and then after that there's a big fall off into a bucket of mid. So he would still be a top 10 tight end, I'd think, if he's able to
like, am I nuts to think he's not going to play tight end for them at all? He's just going to go back to receiver, which is probably why he picked 12. Yeah, because that's what he wore when he was a wide receiver.
To be honest, they have Daniel Bellinger, so it's not like they don't have anybody else there.
Yeah.
It's not like the guy behind him is just some completely useless, like, unstartable tight end.
Bellinger's good.
Bellinger was good last year.
And
so
like,
I can
Waller's
definitely see
not a
him
blocker,
being more of a receiver option for them, yeah.
I mean, he might just be their true X-receiver next year. The
only counter to that I see is Dable kind of did something similar. Granted, it was with not nearly as good of a tight end, where they drafted a good receiving tight end, or supposed to be a good receiving tight end in Dawson Knox, and then they took Reggie Gilliam, who was a tight end, and made him into a fullback. And the Giants don't currently have a fullback, so maybe they want Bellinger to do something similar, not full-blown play fullback, but just be like their backfield guy, their H-back, so to speak, and then Waller's more of a move tight end. But there also is a world where Waller just straight up plays wide receiver. I think that is actually more likely. I think Geek's right, but I'm just saying there's multiple ways it could go.
Well, and we know it's a Dable offense. They're gonna put him fucking everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah, he'll be the move. Yeah.
But I just have a feeling he's gonna line up as their X receiver on like 90% of plays.
The only problem with that is, do we think he like has it in him to be an X receiver after being
his age and with his injury history?
Like
I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah, but
if we have faith that Odell can do it, which we all do,
I don't.
Yeah, but you're just a hater, Jake.
I'm not a hater. I just don't.
Dude, you literally admit that you just hate Odell. Don't say, I'm not a hater, I just hate him.
I will listen.
Fuck off.
But I don't hate Odell like I hate LeBron. Like, I'll admit if I have faith in Odell or if I think Odell can be good or is good. I just think he's kind of beyond being the number one guy on a team. I think that's going to be Zay Flowers in Baltimore this year.
Bateman better.
If Bateman's healthy, then yes. Absolutely. I love Bateman. I just don't know if he'll be healthy to do it.
D-Hop is in Baltimore right now, so...
Signing with the Ravens. Signing with the Ravens.
Oh, my God.
Dude, imagine.
Either way, point being, right, do we think Waller at this point, I know he's only 30, but with the injuries and the fact that he has kind of taken a step back.
He was never that fast of a guy.
Right.
But an X doesn't have to be fast. That's
He
your
can get
Z.
open.
Your Z needs to be fast.
He can get open.
Right, but that's the thing. Do we think he can separate against like a number one corner? Is kind of more where I'm getting at.
It's also one of those things where you ask if he has to, because he's just going to be so much fucking bigger. And we know the aggressive way he goes after the ball.
True.
He's not just, hopeful. He's not
Also,
Quentin Johnston. Where I hope it gets to me. I'm going to kill you and get that ball. I don't care.
Still being a tight end in probably most defenses' eyes and not really being a true wide receiver. He's probably going to get his fair share of matchups. He's probably. I wouldn't say that a team's just going to be like, our number one corner will be shadowing Darren Waller the entire game.
God, that would be so good,
I don't think that'll end up happening.
Okay, yeah, but let's put it this way. What other receiver do the Giants have?
Jalen Hyatt.
I was so about to say that. God damn it.
Right.
Zay Hodgins. Darius Slayton.
I'm really sad you haven't said your boy yet, considering Bryce Ford-Wheaton went to the Giants.
I think Bryce Ford-Wheaton ends up being the best receiver on the Giants.
Either way, the point is, if they come out the first 3 weeks and start abusing matchups with Darren Waller, do you not think teams are going to catch on and be like, who the fuck else do we have to worry about?
Probably.
Listen, Sauce.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Waller could bully Sauce, though.
Listen, if he's
hitting him with the too small.
Yeah, I mean, if Waller's still going out there and playing physical and getting up after it, probably.
For 6 weeks until something breaks, I see Waller looking like a fucking psycho.
Okay, but that's kind of my thing. I'm just worried about the health. I'm not trying to doubt Waller. I love Waller. I think Waller's a dog. It's just the health is such a concern, especially if you're going to have him playing as your ex-receiver and having him specifically rely on his size and have to be extremely aggressive and physical. That's just asking for something to snap and then Waller to be on IR and then all of a sudden you're playing Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
They sign anybody else or trade for anybody else? I don't remember the Giants existing.
They signed Bobby Okereke.
That's a good hell of a signing. I loved that.
Probably the last one we need to talk about. I mean, we've talked about the Jones extension a ton.
I absolutely love
Bobby Okereke, a 4-year deal with up to $40 million with only 22 guaranteed. Good deal, good player. They needed a linebacker badly.
Part of me is scared about it, though.
Why?
Because the Giants is where linebackers go to end their careers and be shitty for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, but when was the last time the Giants signed a young linebacker and didn't just go after some old head that was on the brink anyways?
Blake Martinez.
Blake Martinez was never that good.
Also, Jalen Smith.
Was tackle
but Jalen Smith hadn't. Jalen Smith is different because of the injuries. He hadn't quite caught on, and they tried to revive him, and it didn't work.
And Jalen Smith was actually, he was really good. He was, He's also the weirdest dude. I don't know if you've watched much tape of the Giants' defense. Homie jumps at everything. Every ball that is thrown, he thinks he can jump up and catch it. It'll be 60 yards past him, but he's trying to go get it. I love it so much. He tries so hard, and I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby Okereke is a good signing. Miller, according to ESPN, did you know that he was like almost a Bear? I'm
Oh
assuming
yeah,
you
no,
knew.
I knew.
Yeah.
I heavily expected him even going into free agency for him to be a Bear.
That was your
Because
prediction.
Eberflus. Yeah. See, first of all, I didn't think there was a chance in hell we'd land Edmonds. I just figured he'd stick around in Buffalo. I didn't think they'd want to let him go. Um, but with Okereke, he's just a super smart, athletic off-ball linebacker, and Matt Eberflus was, raving about that's what he needed as his Mike in Chicago, and I really, really thought that's who it was going to be. And then when we got Eberflus, then we got Edwards. I think they both signed before Okereke, if I'm not mistaken. I know Edmonds at least. Yeah, because they signed within like an hour of each other. And Edmonds was there. Or no, I'm sorry, it was Edwards first. And then I was like, oh, okay, we're still going to sign Okereke. And then we signed Edmonds, and I was like, oh, fuck. But yeah, Okereke's awesome. Him is like, the Giants run a 3-4 defense that likes to blitz a lot. Relying on him heavily in coverage, which is what they're going to be doing, because I would imagine the plan is right now, looking at their other inside linebackers, you've got Micah McFadden and Darian Beavers, who are both second-year guys that were like day 3 picks. Actually, Beavers might have went undrafted, that are just really, really good at getting to the quarterback. I think one of them actually played a little bit of edge in college, if I'm not mistaken. I think McFadden did. So if you're going to make one of them and Okereke your 2 off-ball linebackers and do a shit ton of blitzing with whoever is next to Okereke and then just have Okereke playing coverage all the time, you're in good shape. I think that makes for a really, really nice linebacker duo for New York. So I think Okereke was perfect for them because they needed somebody they can rely on in coverage. And that's exactly what he is.
I don't know what they got for free agent stuff. So looking at their draft picks, they traded up in the first round to get Deonte Banks, corner 3, 4, wherever you put him. If you put him over Joey Porter Jr. or if you didn't, you didn't. Yes, Geek?
Corner 5.
I gotta remember.
I was giving you the 5.
Oh,
yeah, you like
Cam Smith. Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. Cam Smith. I
think
kind of
Banks
respect
might have
that.
been my CB3.
He was very close with Porter. Yeah.
He was 4th for me.
Yeah.
He was 4th. I did have Porter ahead of him.
But where did you have Cam Smith? I never remember. I want to bring. Okay.
Yeah, it went Gonzalez, Witherspoon, Porter, Banks, Stevenson, Smith.
Right, you had Stevenson real high.
5 and 6.
Yeah. So unlike with Gordon and Booth, I can actually say I was high on the corner the Bears drafted over the guy that you liked.
Yeah.
Because if you remember when that happened last year, you gave me a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So I was actually right this year.
We'll see. Cam Smith better though.
Okay, my point is, like, I actually liked the guy beforehand, and I can continue to
Cam
say
Smith
like
playing football for him next year. I forget.
No idea.
Cam Smith's a Dolphin.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dolphins,
right.
Yeah. That's a sick pick. Anyway,
Yeah.
Deonte Banks, he's a pretty good corner. And they needed a pretty good corner. They obviously, like we talked about, the sign of Monty Oruwariye.
Then what else do they have? Darnay Holmes.
Then it's just nobody. And Deonte Banks could probably end up being the quarterback.
We're forgetting the guy who Deonte Banks
easily
projects to be.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They have fucking Adoree Jackson, don't they?
They do with Adoree Jackson. You were right.
That's why I didn't love
Deonte
this
Banks
pick, because they drafted Adoree Jackson too. I don't know. Get a different type of corner. I don't know. But whatever. I don't think it's a bad pick. Like, I don't hate Deonte Banks. I just think he's most likely to be an Adoree Jackson, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, obviously, we saw the difference Adoree Jackson made for the Giants between week 16 and the wild card, because they played the same team in those 2 games, and the key was Adoree Jackson. They didn't have him the first time. They had him the second time. Like, obviously, he's not Jalen Ramsey, but he's a damn good corner. Deonte can be that. I just don't see him as a Jalen Ramsey type true lockdown one. He's an Adoree Jackson. But you get a couple of Adoree Jacksons on the same team, your secondary is pretty damn good. So I'm not mad at it. Like, it's not a bad pick for them.
Yeah. And the thing I like a lot about Banks is this dude's a fucking, like, Tony Stark out there at corner in terms of brain. Like, he is so smart. Ironically, I think I made my fictional comp for him Iron Man, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's why Tony Stark is where my brain went. Anyway, he's super, super smart. Like, he's the type of guy that not only does he understand what he needs to do, but he's getting everybody else set up before the play. You know, if you're in the wrong spot, he's going to call you on to get you to the right spot. After the play, if you missed your assignment, he's going to tell you, you know, you needed to be here and you were there, so let's work on that next time. And he ran like every type of coverage in the book at Maryland. Like, he was running cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, 4 quarters, a lot of man, a lot of zone. Like, he was doing everything at Maryland. So you're drafting probably the smartest corner in the class, and he was also the best tackler I saw at corner in the class. So I like Banks a lot. I don't know why I had Joey Porter Jr. ahead of him. Now that I'm reading my notes, I think I should have reconciled or checked them more. But he's awesome, and he's super, 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 super smart in zone coverage too. Like, especially in zone coverage, his brain is there. And obviously with Wink Martindale, the way he likes to blitz and the way he likes to do wacky shit, he's gonna want his corners to be able to do a lot of different things in zone coverage. And Deonte Banks fits that perfectly.
Yeah. I like Deonte Banks. That's a good pick. They picked a guy who all three of us liked in the second round, John Michael Schmitz. You are a New York Giant, and you are the new starting center for the New York Giants.
Deal.
J.C. Hasenauer, you are officially a bum. Second on the depth chart. You're gone. We'll see ya. John Michael Schmitz, welcome to being a starter in the NFL. Love the pick. It was an easy.
Solidified steal.
You made a face, or you like sighed really heavily when I started talking about John Michael Schmitz.
I think Geek's mad the Vikings didn't get him.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Well, that I knew they weren't. They re-signed Bradbury. I don't know. I now
Center
just have
one.
hate for
Center
the
one.
hate for the Giants. It just happens.
Despise them.
Giants fans were cunty last year, so I don't want to deal with it.
They took the dude I wanted them to take in the first round in the second round. So
valid. That's valid.
Big props to them. Like, John Michael Schmitz was like a top 12 player in the class for me. Awesome player. I know he was top 15 for me. I got to double check. He was by far and away my highest rated interior offensive lineman.
Hold on. Hold the door.
He was top 14. I had him at 14 exactly.
Wow, you've been lying to us all day.
Well, no, I was off by 2 spots.
See,
still
now
top 15
I
though.
had John Michael Schmitz at 13, so I'm better. No.
I'm sorry, that spot for me was reserved, for Devon Witherspoon, who you did not like because you're a stinky poop face.
Yeah, I did. I had Devon real low. I did. To be fair, I don't like tiny corner who's going to get injured the first time he sees a receiver. I don't know. I don't mean no like.
Oh, man. Devon Witherspoon after looking at Deebo Samuel.
Just falls apart, yeah. Well, no, I said a real wide receiver. Deebo's like a running back, receiver hybrid. What?
He said the racist thing. He called a player at one position that isn't great at his position of running back because he runs the ball good.
Because he runs more than he receives.
Oh, that's what all the white people on Twitter say about Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts.
But that's also verifiably false.
Honestly,
I think what I said is just no. I don't look good.
Give the guy his MAGA hat. You know what? Let me find my shirt from the 8th grade when I used to be a Republican.
Please don't.
Why was
that so grabbable? I don't like
just
that.
In my laundry. This is yours
that
now.
means you wore it within the last week.
No, I don't, first of all. Second of all, the reason I had it is because when I moved, a lot of our laundry got, bad, and my mom is just now getting around to washing some of it, and she didn't realize that I don't want to wear this anymore, so she just threw it in with my laundry.
We learning today that Miller doesn't do his own laundry.
She offered to do it for me.
Homie doesn't
You
know how
should
to
have said,
turn on
no,
a washing machine.
I'm a man. I will do my own laundry.
I'd do it any other time. It's just these are clothes I didn't know I had. On the bright side, I did get one of my shirts back.
I gotta go put my laundry
had.
in the dryer, though.
I got my Dane Sansenbacher jersey back.
Sansenbacher jersey. Finally.
Good God.
John Marcus Smith's a good pick. Round 3, pick 73, they took Jalen Hyatt.
The stinky poo-poo.
Stop.
I mean, the third is good value for him.
I think I had a 3rd round grade on him.
That's
Bad
about
pick
the right
because you
spot
got
for
picked
him.
right where I thought he should.
I had a
Fuck
late
you.
4th, early 5th.
Already
Incorrect. I was wrong.
This is a guy who probably should have gone in the first round. Who they could have taken in the first round.
Coulda.
They could have taken in the first round. Not
He's
should have,
already
could
wide
have.
receiver 1, so I don't know what we're talking about here.
He wasn't even the best receiver on his own team.
Cedric Tillman better.
Indeed, Cedric Tillman is better.
Nah.
As Hammy Takes would say, he's a Bolitnikov Award winner merchant.
Jalen
Roll off
Hyatt
the
is
tongue,
just
but
John
yeah.
Ross.
Ooh. See,
We all saw what
that's
happened to
not
John Ross.
okay. So you're gonna say he's gonna be really flashy, but just get hurt a lot? So
No,
he's
I'm
not
just
bad,
saying-
but
I was just saying he's really fast, and that's it.
that's all you need.
Funniest
be able
part
to
is
run
that
the
I'm pretty
routes.
sure John Ross
I mean,
is
do
currently
ya?
on the Giants.
I think so, actually. Well, he was
Actually,
the
where is
last
he?
team he was. He might just
Yeah,
be gone.
Is John Ross hurt a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his. He set the record for the 40 in his combine. Then like the second game tore his ACL. I'm pretty sure.
Like,
Well, I know
he's
he
just
got- I-
constantly injured.
I knew he got hurt early. I didn't know that followed him because I'm. to
he
be honest,
hasn't played since 2021,
shoot
and it
me,
was for the
I
Giants.
haven't paid much attention to John Ross's career. If
I
I'm
have,
being
because
totally
he
honest,
went to the. He signed with the Chiefs at one point, I believe.
Yeah.
At some point last year, I think before he went to the Giants. I don't fucking remember. But all I do remember is the I didn't talk about this, but the hype in my head that John Ross was just gonna go
Voices
beat
in his
Tyreek Hill, and the voices in my head were telling me he was gonna go be as good as Tyreek Hill in Kansas City. Don't think he ever put on the uniform, unfortunately. But
No.
I don't know. I liked John Ross, so I kind of like the Hyatt pick. I don't hate Hyatt the way everybody else does, because we're fine with every other one-dimensional receiver except for Jalen Hyatt, because I don't know, he was actually good at being one-dimensional, so we gotta hate. I don't know. I'm not saying he's a top 5 receiver in the class, but I'm saying he gets too much hate.
That's fair though. That's fair.
I mean,
Geek.
it's just Hyatt faced a lot of off coverage in college.
That's good for
He's
a
an
fast
off
guy.
coverage merchant. Yeah.
He just kind of.
Oh no, listen. I'll put it this way: Dable's a damn genius when it comes to scheming receivers. We saw what he did
This
with
is
Simmons last year.
It's a good spot
if
for
he
him. Yeah.
puts Hyatt in some favorable positions, then he
Hyatt's
can
gonna be Gabe Davis.
mayhaps.
Mayhap.
Except he won't show
4
up in big
touchdowns
games
against-
because he won't.
He'll
get
get 4
to big
touchdowns
games.
against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's what'll happen next year.
But he won't. He won't get to the Super Bowl. He doesn't have a quarterback.
True.
He's got a running back.
Talk about the quarterback in a bit. Eric Gray.
Love that.
Daniel Jones is a running back.
Yeah, I like that. Let's talk about the best pick of the entire draft here, though.
Gray in the 5th at pick 172.
This isn't Hunter Lipke.
He didn't get drafted, so I
Wasn't the
stand
pick
by
in the
best
draft.
pick in the entire draft. You fucking
Stop
idiot.
This isn't Derek Parrish.
Dude
This isn't
has
Derek Parrish.
stop. Saquon better watch out for his shot.
Okay.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for this episode, everybody. Make sure
Thank you guys so much for listening to
leave a like
the Run
and
North
comment.
podcast. Do everything you can to grow the podcast. We'll see
Looking
you.
for a new
Never
Vikings
again. It's
fan.
over.
Come on, I
We're shutting
had
down.
to.
We are
Come
We are
on.
never going to make another
Ball
episode
Knower
again. There will
podcast
never be
coming
another
back next
episode.
week.
The
I
Ball
will
Knower
call Andrew
podcast
right
returns.
That dude, neither of you said any words. That was just loud noises.
I think that's funnier than anything we actually individually said, so
Probably.
I think we'll take it. But Eric Gray's a fine pick, I guess. Man, he's fun. I guess. He wasn't even a top 40
He's a
running
good
back in his
backup.
class,
Listen,
but
he's a good backup running back. I'm not going to be the Jake facetious, jokey, haha. He's a good RB2. I like Garrett Gray as an RB2.
And he's good enough where you can actually give him snaps and like save Saquon a little. Like he can
Exactly.
actually play and he's a real running back. Like not who the fuck were the Giants given snaps to
Breida.
last year?
Daniel
Matt
Jones.
Breida.
Matt Breida. That's right.
Matt Breida.
Hold on,
was
I'm
the
going to
big
tweet
one.
that out right now and see how quickly Twitter comes at me.
It's
not
gonna
gonna
be
lie
all
to
the
you
people
guys.
who call Fields and Lamar running backs telling you you're an idiot.
I don't know anything about these next two guys, and Trey Hawkins and
I don't
Jordan
know
Riley.
anything about the last three.
Who and who?
Trey Hawkins and Jordan Riley.
Give me positions.
DB out of Old
Hawkins
Dominion and DT out of Oregon.
No, I don't. I'm not familiar with that name, unfortunately.
Javarius Owens, though, in the 7th. I do know who that is.
I don't.
And that's a good pick. Good value for Javarius Owens. And they didn't pick a safety at all, which is kind of weird because isn't Xavier McKinney there on the safety right now?
No, they signed what's it?
They still got. Didn't they bring back Landon Collins?
Oh, they signed Bobby McCain. They did not bring back Landon Collins.
Was it? I swear he was on the
Signed
team for the
Bobby
wild
McCain,
card
though.
game. Am I on
They didn't
drugs?
bring him back
Yeah.
for this next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost Love to
Yeah, but
Seattle.
Right now it's
Something.
McKinney, Jason Pinnock, and Bobby McCain. Now
Jason
Javarius
who?
Pinnock is for some reason above Bobby McCain on the depth chart. Javarius
Valid.
Owens is 4th on the free safety depth chart right now, which is crazy. But it's a good pick in the 7th. I like it. All right,
Less than stinky team.
Solid
Boys.
B draft.
boys.
Awesome.
Before I
Oh,
get into my
God.
grade,
Oh fuck.
I
What do
have
you
a bit
want?
of a bit of a hot take about the New York Giants this year. Will you guys
Bryce
be
Bortleton's gonna have 1,000 yards.
Be open. He will be open and willing to listen to my hot take. Yeah, is this acceptable? Okay, I'm gonna say it anyway. The New York Giants
Dude thinks he runs the show.
He
this
thinks he
year
runs the North.
will be a better football team than Minnesota Vikings.
Stop.
And let me tell you why. First of all, let's go position by position. Okay, running backs. Who are you taking?
Oh, hold on, you skipped a position.
Quarterback.
What?
I'm taking Daniel Jones.
You're an
No,
idiot.
you're
100%
not.
taking
You are
Daniel
actually
Jones.
the
No,
dumbest
you're
human
not.
alive.
I'm taking
You're
Daniel
not.
Jones
What?
as
You're
the
not.
quarterback. There's
Be
the
serious,
quarterback.
you're
There's the
not.
advantage. At running back, give me Saquon all
no.
day. Receivers,
Okay.
yes, the Vikings have the receivers.
If you would have said anything different, oh my god.
Vikings have the receivers. Tight end.
Vikings.
For now, it's the
easily.
Vikings. Offensive line,
For now,
Giants. I'm taking the
excuse
Giants
me.
offensive line.
Also,
Healthy,
what?
healthy Darren Waller will be better than T.J. Hawkinson. Moving
he
on.
won't.
Also, O-line,
Moving
hold
on.
the fuck on. You think Andrew Thomas alone is
Yes.
better than the Vikings O-line when the Vikings have two
No,
tackles
Vikings
better
O-line.
than Andrew Thomas?
Vikings O-line.
No, they
Vikings
don't.
O-line is better.
Darisaw and
wait,
O'Neal are
hold
better.
up.
O'Neal is not better than Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm on your
Andrew was a
side
dog
here, but
last
no,
year.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
yeah.
not.
I'm not giving credit to the guy with 1 year of being half decent. Fuck
Defensive
off.
line?
Half
Defensive
decent.
line? Ooh, this is tough.
No, defensive
Andrew
line
Thomas was
goes
not
to-
half decent. Giants. Kayvon
Goes
Thibodeau,
to the Giants.
Dexter Lawrence. Yeah.
Linebackers probably go to the
Leonard
Giants
Williams.
too because
Linebackers
Okereke
go to
doesn't
Giants.
exist. If
Quarterbacks.
Okereke didn't, it'd be more balanced.
Byron Murphy solos, unfortunately, so it's probably the Vikings.
Kinda. Andrew Booth solos.
Safeties.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with corner. I think I would give that to the Giants.
Why?
Ooh. So we
Like,
keep giving
I
points
like
to the
Adoree'
Giants on
Jackson. I
defense
love
here.
Deontay Banks.
Here we go.
Arne
Here we
Holmes.
go.
No, Jake, I've had it.
Arwarian.
What are you what are you gonna do?
fucking.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I would say, listen, quarterback, receiver,
I'm going
tight
rogue.
end.
What are
and
you gonna
safety
do?
Homie acts
objectively
like
go
going
for the
rogue
Vikings.
means anything. Homie acts like he has any power here. Stop.
I have just as much power in this show as you do.
Actually,
To be
that's
completely
not
honest about
true.
this.
I own the
completely true.
motherfucking trademark, bitch. You don't even own that cheap ass mic you use.
Okay, first of all, owning the trademark, this is not a you show, okay? This is an us show.
No, but
Okay? All of us have the same amount of power here. This is not some like dictatorship. The Geek Slays owns Run the North and he just is Run the North. I don't
I
care if
didn't
you
say
own it.
that. What I
You don't have
do
the power.
say
What are you going to do? Kick me off the show? It's not like you have the power to do so.
I can, actually. We can make this happen.
No, because this is a democracy. That would have to be like a group vote. Miller would never do this to me, and so in fact, I'm staying on the show, and there's quite frankly nothing you can do.
Seems like there is something I can do about it. It's wild. I love that this is what is happening now. Miller is playing with the Millennium Falcon. Miller isn't here. Everything broke. Love that for me.
Oh.
How you doing, Miller? Dude's not responding at all. Love that for us.
What happened?
Jake annoyed me, so I sent him into the void.
Abuse of power.
I mean, maybe, but to be fair, he could have came back if he wanted to, but he's not here now, so that seems to be a him problem.
I think you hurt his feelings.
Well,
and
yeah, see, we're not doing this. He comes in here spewing some bullshit, and now I'm the bad guy.
you tried to do a little trolling and you took it to heart.
I did, because see, this is how this goes, Miller. I troll y'all a little bit, and you guys take it to heart half the time and paint me to be the bad guy. And then I take it to heart one time and I get painted to be the bad guy. I don't know, man. We got a show to finish. That's what I know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude's unhappy. Miller is unhappy with the Geek Slays.
No, I'm fighting with a Giants fan on Twitter.
Oh, that's funny.
I made the Daniel Jones tweet. You said you spelled Fields wrong.
You called him racist, right?
No, I just said I spelled Daniel Jones correctly.
I mean, that's true. Well, did you?
Yeah, I spelled it right. I double checked and triple checked.
You didn't fuck up and like Daniel Jones it or something?
No.
Well, that's good. Because I've definitely Daniel Jonesed it a few times. You telling me you've never Daniel Jonesed it?
No, I only Daniel Hunter.
That's valid. Daniel is a good hunter.
Guy I played in the Madden League today, Vikings guy. He kept putting Daniel Hunter at off-ball linebacker.
Did you ban him?
No, he was just being dumb. He didn't realize.
I was going to say, couldn't he have just moved Harrison Smith down?
No, see, what he did was he switched his playbook before the game to the playbook he normally uses, which was a 4-3 defense. And he didn't realize the Vikings were in a 3-4 defense, because this is like the first game he's played. And so he went out and he had Daniil and then Jones the second. I don't know who that is. Patrick Jones, I think? Is that right?
Yeah, Patrick Jones.
Is that a guy? Yeah, he had them in coverage instead of rushing the passer.
So what was Brian Asamoah doing? Or Eric Kendricks or Jordan Hicks?
Well, Kendricks is gone because it's an updated
right. You
roster.
updated the thing.
Yeah. And he signed Shaq Thompson, so that was his middle linebacker.
Gross.
Yeah.
I don't like any of this.
Yeah.
Your new Vikings user hurts my soul.
He did pick me off with Patrick Jones.
That's a
I
W.
tried to throw the ball to Kari in the flat, and Patrick Jones came out of fucking nowhere.
Respect it. Respect it. Well, apparently Jake is not coming back, so we'll deal with that later. Your Giants grade, though?
I like a B.
Yeah. I want to just say an F because fuck the Giants. An F for fuck the Giants. But let's go, yeah, it's probably a B. It's probably a B. Maybe getting a real receiver could have made it an A. But getting Darren Waller to be your wide receiver kind of feels to me the way, my brain just broke. Oh, drafting Dalton Kincaid when you have Dawson Knox. It has a very similar vibe. Is Dable still making decisions for the Bills? Is that what's happening here?
I don't know.
Whoa, my English got so fucked up there. That's tough. So we're going in reverse order. So we're supposed to talk about the Cowboys now. Miller is gone. Miller's
I'm
just
still
texting.
here.
I know, but you're out.
Yeah.
You've trauma responsed and went into your turtle shell. That's what I'm seeing here.
It's ironic since my D&D character is a turtle.
That's funny. Does he shell a lot when he's stressed and scared and confused?
Nah, he just beats people with a hammer. Name's Dino Hammerbender.
Is it a big hammer?
No, it's just like a normal hammer. He's a bard.
Why does a bard have a hammer?
Because when he was growing up, his dad was a blacksmith, and he was like, "Here, son, take this hammer."
All right, Miller,
like,
here's what I
okay.
know. We can't let this be like it's my show. We got to keep it Run the North style.
You
Let's
can't talk
go.
about my D&D character.
No, if we want to do that, though, you can
Unfortunate.
come on the Scuffed Ass podcast. We'll talk about D&D. But what we can talk about is the first move that I remember the Cowboys making.
Which was
The Stephon
trading
Gilmore trade.
for, yeah, Gilmore, because they made 2 trades.
They made 2 trades.
Which one
Yes,
came
2.
first? Yeah. Epic trade win game.
Epic trade, do win game. Is
They
this?
said, "Hey, Diggs fella's cool and all. What if we got a lockdown corner to go
but
with
what
our
if we had
ball hawk?"
2? Homie's wearing his
Yeah.
broken glasses.
And,
Are they not broken? I don't know what's going on.
no, they're still broken. There's no
Yeah.
bobber
Yeah.
there.
I didn't think there was, but then I don't know. You know how your hat sits? It kind of made it look like there was something going right here. So I don't know. The shadow. I've been shadow tricked and shadow realmed.
Deception. Is there a D&D stat that helps with deception? Because I'll take
Yeah,
it.
it's
I'll use-
deception.
There's a deception stat?
Yeah.
I've been through like 4 sessions. I don't have everything memorized yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But Gilmore's great.
yeah,
I like that.
Gilly Lock good.
I also really like it. Let me watch Gilmore try to cover Justin Jefferson again because that was funny. Other than the 2 times Gilmore tried to hurt JJ, that bugged me. Slamming his helmet into his
Fuck it,
chin
I
because he's a
can't do
whiny
it.
little bitch. The fact that
can't do
JJ
it.
kept getting up too. Gilmore had to be standing there like, dude, what do I gotta do? Coach, get me out. I'm done.
Man, I so hate that he plays for the Vikings because I
love
really
it.
like Justin Jefferson.
Dude, that route on Gilmore was just too good. That's what I know.
The other trade.
Oh, yeah. That's a dub for the Cowboys as well. Their wide receiver 2 is meh. So Brandon Cooks is probably the
Gallup?
most. Yeah. Now Gallup gets to be the 3, even though I don't think that's actually how it's going to go. But not important. What is important is that Brandon Cooks may be the most underrated receiver in football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's great. I love Brandon Cooks. Hate that he's a Cowboy.
I don't hate the Cowboys like everyone else does. So
I hate the Cowboys because their fans annoy the fuck out of me. It's probably because there's just so many more of them. But I'm sorry. Every year is not your year when your roster is never close to the best in your division, let alone the league. Fuck off.
The only time I see that it's our year is when I see people making fun of Cowboys fans for saying it. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Cowboys fan actually say. I follow a couple.
But Cowboys fans are constantly like the most annoying fan base in football.
Yeah, I don't have any beef with
I don't know.
fans.
Bears fans and Packers fans are getting there. And
Bears
that's just because
fans
it seems
are
like
awful.
most of them are stupid.
Bears fans are awful. Packers fans are awful. Vikings fans are awful. Lions fans are
Vikings
awful.
fans get mostly a bad rep because of that fucking clapped Dan guy.
Even
I have to
outside
see
of
that
him, they're
fucking
pretty bad.
racist one more time.
The NFC North, every fan base
Homie
is just fucking
refuses to
abysmal.
acknowledge me, and I find it funny.
He's replied to me a couple times when I've called him racist,
Oh, dude.
and he's tried to deny it.
I call him out, and he won't say shit. I don't know why, but because I try hard. When he's on his bullshit really bad, because I don't even follow him, but he'll just kind of like exist on
Right.
Twitter, you know? Especially now because Elon's a genius and, you know, the For You page on Twitter, so I only see accounts I've never heard of and don't give a fuck about, never the accounts I care about. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, Cowboys, did they sign anybody?
They actually signed a couple people. Nobody huge. We got Jonathan Hankins, defensive tackle.
Solid depth.
Which, I mean, their defensive tackle position was atrocious, so Hankins good win game. Dante Fowler Jr.
Solid rotational guy.
Yeah, I mean, basically, he's gonna
Yeah,
get a couple pass rushes in there.
Him as your H3, you're feeling pretty good about that, especially with Micah making the full switch to edge.
Yeah. They got their Zeke replacement with Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, $1.2 million for Ronald Jones, that's not too bad.
No, not at all. Not too shabby.
And they re-signed Leighton Vander Esch and Donovan Wilson. So, like, the defense probably stay good.
Solid.
That's about it. I don't know. That was kind of the thing with the Cowboys this year. Everybody was like, they have a lot of money, they're going to do a lot of stuff, and really they just ended up trading for people. They didn't really sign anybody. So that's that. Moving into the draft, though, first round, Mozzie Smith, D tackle out of Michigan. Yeah, I hate it. I hate when NFC teams that are good stay good, get good players. It makes me mad. Because when other teams are good, that means the Vikings can't just walk to a Super Bowl, so that's sad. I want every other team to be bad. Only good teams in the AFC. Thank you. But then we need, you know, the Miami Heat run to the playoffs from one of those teams where it's a bad team. They just, like, goat.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's what we need. But Mozzie's a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, you get the best run-stuffing DT in the class, and their defensive line was great last year, but they didn't have, like, that dominant force on the interior, and now they do.
Yeah, Mozzie's great. Man, I mean, there was the genuine question of whether he's defensive tackle 1 or 2 in this draft. And it was a valid question. Kalijah Cansey's weird.
This big man. Georgia.
I forget about him because he doesn't matter.
Dylan Carter.
I don't know. Let me see him play like 18 snaps in a game first. I don't know.
Well, at the very least, I could see the argument for being him being as high as
but I did forget Carter existed, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because we've all kind of forgotten about him because, like, we don't know what goes on with Carter. We'll talk about him in a minute, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Mozzie could have been as high as, like, DT, too. But I had him at 4 because I really liked Cansey, and I really liked Keanu Benton.
Oh, yeah, you did, you weirdo.
Keanu Benton's a dog.
The Illinois man who likes the Wisconsin guy. I don't know.
I just like their defense and their fullbacks.
And their O-line, and yeah, fucking Wisconsin.
Their O-line, who did they have on their O-line?
Like everybody ever. Oh, this year? Like nobody.
I was going to say...
I just mean in general, that's kind of the Wisconsin thing.
I mean, it's defensive fullbacks, but either
second
way.
round.
Yeah.
Luke Schoonmaker. I think it's icky. I don't like it.
I think it's a pretty mid pick.
I don't like it.
Like, I think... Here's the thing with Schoonmaker. First of all, you're overdrafting him. I had a 5th round grade on him.
Yeah.
Like, and plus, I get that you just lost your tight end, but they've got what's his nuts from last year.
Yeah. I know who you're thinking of, but
Ferguson? Is it Jake Ferguson?
that's
No,
not who I was thinking about. But
Jake Ferguson went to the Jets. I'm just thinking of him because that was Justin Fields' tight end. That's why he came to mind. Oh my God, this is gonna piss me off. I really like him too. Like he looked good when he was on the field last year. Oh, it is Jake Ferguson. I was right.
Oh, that's not who I was
Jake
even.
Ferguson.
I was thinking about Peyton Hendershot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schoonmaker is literally listed as tight end 3, by the way.
Tight end I'm thinking of was not Jake Ferguson.
Peyton Hendershot.
No. It was Fields' college tight end. I only remember him because he's in my I have him in my Madden League as my tight end 3.
Sean McKeon? Nope. He's a Michigan dude. Well, whoever that is isn't on the roster. That's what I know.
Oh my God, who was it? Jeremy Ruckert. That's who I was thinking of.
You're weird.
Jeremy Ruckert, I think he went to the Jets.
You are the first person in the history of humanity to think about Jeremy Ruckert. Promise.
But yeah, I mean, with Schoonmaker, he's old, he's not a good route runner, he's not very strong, and his catch radius is doo-doo. Like, he's a good blocker. That's what he is. He's a blocking tight end. So, cool.
I mean, are we sure?
I mean, that's what stood out to me with him. Like, he was a solid run blocker, good pass blocker, high effort blocker.
Oh, I agree. I'm just looking at USA Today's. I'm looking at their list of players, and well, Schoonmaker is a better, younger, more athletic version of Dalton Schultz, apparently. So,
no.
I mean, USA Today says so. So, fuck Miller Football. He doesn't have his own article. Miller Football is no Ben Grimaldi.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. I had him below Payne Durham, who was literally a hybrid fullback at Purdue.
Well, he played fullback, so you had him above every human to ever exist. So
actually, I only had him at tight end of 10.
DeMarvion Overshown, though, in the 3rd round.
I don't remember what I thought of Overshown, if I'm being totally honest.
I liked Overshown a little bit. I think I had him as
linebackers.
I had him as linebacker 3 or 4. It was him and Drew
Sanders?
Yes, thank you. Arkansas
I
boy.
know I didn't have him that high.
And then I had Trent. Oh, did I have Trenton Simpson above them? Fuck, I don't remember.
I had Overshown as LB10.
Wow. Okay. Homie didn't like Overshown.
I fear Overshown was overrated.
See, you should have went with Overblown, and it would have been better.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Where's my notes? God damn it. I don't want Owen Papo. I don't want Mohamed Diabe. Diabe? I don't know. There he is. Oh, yeah, I didn't like him because he wasn't a good tackler. That's right.
Oh, of course. The coverage linebacker.
Gotta be able to tackle. You're a linebacker.
Yeah, so go again and work with a really surefire tackling linebacker in LVE and one of the best defensive coaches in football. Dude thinks you can't learn how to tackle at the NFL level. We know Miller's a goob.
I didn't say
You're low
that.
on everyone. Every linebacker that can't tackle, you're extra harsh on.
Yes,
even though 90% of the time they figure it out when they get into the league. It's not his fault. He also just wasn't good in run defense
as a whole.
That's fair, because he's a true coverage guy. I mean,
Okay,
PFF overhyped him. 0 TDs allowed in coverage in his 332 coverage snaps, which is actually kind of a W. Not gonna lie. I didn't know that. I'm looking at the USA Today article. I mean, I have my actual opinions, but like, I don't know. At this point, we've talked about most of these guys, so I'm just kind of rolling, you know.
No, I mean he's just an athletic coverage linebacker. Like, that's fine. What round did they take him in?
3rd.
I mean, it's a little bit higher than I would have drafted him, but I get it for Dallas. Like, I think that's a fine fit. I don't think it's a bad pick or anything. I just wasn't necessarily a huge fan of him because, like I said, if a linebacker can't tackle, you're not going to see me praising him too much. I will say, though, he's a highlight reel tackler. When he does tackle, it's usually pretty exciting.
That's fair.
It's just the down-to-down consistency is not there.
Then we get maybe... Is he related to the other Fehoko on this roster?
Oh, Viami Fehoko. Yeah, that was a great pick.
Is he related to Simi?
I would almost assume they'd have to be.
Well,
Is
I wouldn't.
Fehoko a common last name?
I don't know. I'm looking it up. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, homeboy out of San Jose State. Oh, he is related to Vita Vea. I have that in my notes. He's Vita Vea's cousin.
So is Simi?
I don't know, but Viami is Vita Vea's cousin. Yeah, I mean, he's just a really good run-defending edge rusher, high motor type of guy, real productive, super physical at the point of attack. He's got long arms. He's just not the most explosive guy in the world.
They're not related.
Interesting.
Cowboys have two Fehokos who are not related.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, he's your average, like, rotational run-defending edge rusher. And I liked him. I thought he was fun. Like I said, just not a lot of bend or explosiveness, and his first step isn't great. But real good run defender. So you already know me likey.
Valid.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's good
His
pick.
name is fun.
Just more depth.
Viami's a cool name.
That's true.
Tell me how many Viamis you know. The answer's 1.
Wrestlers have names, man. I had to think for a second.
I was gonna say, if there was another Viami out there, I was gonna be so mad.
I mean, there definitely is.
Well, I mean, like a really well-known, famous one that I should have known.
And it
off the top
wouldn't
of
be
my
like
head.
a well-known, famous one if I could have figured it out. So
Some
there
fucking-
is an offensive lineman for the Oklahoma State Cowboys named Viami. It's not, maybe not. The pronunciation of his name is Vil-E-Ami. You have to actually add the L, Viliami.
His might also be Viliami, and I
don't know.
Because I'm bad at pronouncing names.
All right. None of that matters, though. He's a good player. They needed good player. Actually, they didn't. They could have just went bad player. Which leads us to our thoughts on Asim Richards.
Asim Richards.
Asim? Asim? I don't know.
I definitely have notes on him. Me like you to Asim.
Well, of course, it's a North Carolina guy. That's why I'm deferring to you, because I didn't... North Carolina, man.
Also, I should have prepared this ahead of time. I apologize for having to be like, oh, let me look at my notes every time.
We literally do this every time. All of us do. It's fine.
I know, but it's been a busy week, so suck it.
It's been a busy week. It's fucking Tuesday.
It's Sunday and Monday were very eventful.
Apparently, he's going to be moving inside to play guard. Is that good or bad?
We're going to find out here in a moment.
He'll be their left guard.
Yeah, I like it. I like him moving. Because he's not very long. Pause.
Got a wingspan of 82 inches.
Pretty average for a
Is it? Okay.
tackle.
I'm literally only seeing one number. My brain goes, okay, 82, that sounds like a big number. I don't know.
Fair enough. No, his length, his hand usage, his base, and his mechanics and pass protection were all no-nos for me. And those are kind of like integral to be a tackle.
Little bit.
Whereas a guard, you can kind of get away with some of that stuff, especially like his anchor, his base, because he'll probably be doing a lot of moving. And he's a smooth mover in space. I have that written down. So good run blocker. He's got a nasty streak to him. He wants to hit somebody. He's a good reach blocker. Again, works well for him being a guard. So Richard's good.
Another guy. This guy I don't think I ever heard of. 6th round, we got Eric Scott Jr., DB out of Southern Miss, I want to say.
No idea.
Yeah, no, I got nothing. So yeah. Deuce Vaughn in the 6th round.
Epic.
They got a little guy.
They got a little
Tariq
guy.
Cohen.
He's just a little fella. He better Tariq Cohen. He's better.
Ooh, offensive.
I think he's better.
Offensive.
Hey, listen, shout out Tariq Cohen. I feel horrible for the man. He got done dirty by life.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we're going to be real, as a player, I think Deuce Vaughn is better. Like, I'll put it this way. If Deuce Vaughn was a normal height, he would have been one of the 5 best backs in this class.
Nope.
You don't
Doesn't
think
matter.
so?
He wasn't normal height. He should have went undrafted.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
I mean, you agree with that for Ivan Pace, so fuck you. I agree with it for Deuce.
Size matters
Pick
a
a
lot more in a
fucking thing.
linebacker than a running
Really
back
doesn't.
for me. For me, it does.
That's ridiculous. 5'10" and
Why?
6'1" are not that big of a difference.
No.
5'5" and 6 foot is a huge difference, though.
Did I say Ivan Pace should have won undrafted?
You kind
Is
of
this
have
the thing
agreed
I
with
said?
it, and like don't agree that he was linebacker 2. You have all this weird shit.
Okay,
Maybe you're just hating because I like him too much. I don't know.
Well, I don't think he was LB2. I don't agree with that.
You didn't watch. You just looked at height.
I don't think he should have won undrafted. I think with how bad this linebacker class was, he was definitely draftable. And when I say how bad this linebacker class was, that's not like a shot at him. I'm just saying there are linebackers that are worse than him that got
so
drafted.
much worse. So much worse. No, I like Deuce Vaughn. I'm just being an asshole because people pick on Ivan Pace and he the GOAT. So I'm gonna pick on Deuce Vaughn because he not the GOAT.
Yeah, but I think if you want to go that route, like there's more examples of small running backs working than small linebackers.
Not that small though. That small is Tariq Cohen. That's the list. I don't know.
Tariq Cohen, Darren Sproles.
Sproles wasn't that small though.
He wasn't that far
5'7". I don't know if
Cohen
we're
was
saying 2
5'6".
inches is big enough to matter. Oh, he is 5'6". I thought he was 5'7". My bad.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. So what? Deuce Vaughn is an inch shorter than the two of them.
Yeah.
So like.
Still being a hater. I don't care. I like the pick, but I'm still
Hating
gonna
on
be a
the
hater.
most likable guy with the most likable story in the draft is weird.
I don't know anything about his story.
He got drafted by his dad. His dad got to give him the call.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, his dad's a scout for the Cowboys, and they had him he walked out of the. They have a video of it. He walked out of the room to call Deuce and be like, "Hey man, I know you're slipping, but keep your head up. You're a good ball player." And when he walked out, Jerry Jones looked over at Mike McCarthy. He's like, "Hey, would you draft his boy here? Would that be good? Would that be a good pick?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'd do it." And then they drafted him.
Oh, that's such a Cowboys thing to do. But dude,
I mean,
if I was Deuce Vaughn, I'd be so mad.
Why?
Getting drafted because my dad works for the team, not because they actually think I'm a good player. That's a villain origin story if I've ever heard.
I would have to think he's actually
there's a
good.
world where it's a 6th round pick. No, they wouldn't.
Still think. I don't know.
I don't know. Part of me thinks maybe this is where he just goes ballistic. He's better than Tony Pollard. Villain origin story incoming.
Listen, no disrespect to Tony Pollard, but I hope he is better than Tony Pollard.
That's valid.
I just really like Deuce Vaughn. He was probably I don't know. He was one of my favorite players. I really like this running back class.
Finally, we have Dallas's new wide receiver 1. Jalen Brooks.
Jalen Brooks.
I
can't say I watched him. I did not.
South Carolina. He had 58 catches for 785 yards and 2 tuds.
He's a guy.
That's it.
He's a guy.
USA Today gives him a D grade, which means he's going to be the greatest receiver of all time because USA Today seems pretty stupid, so...
He's a guy.
Yeah, I have no clue who he is. I just said wide receiver 1 because it'd be funny.
Right.
So here's one of the reasons I know USA Today is a little stupid. under, like, in his little bio section here, with their last pick, Cowboys finally addressed the wide receiver position. Fans of the team were expecting Dallas to pick a wide receiver in the first round of the draft. No, the fuck they...
Oh my god!
What?
That is a big-ass spider.
Homie's scared.
I don't know what kind of fucking spiders are in this house.
The arachnid kind.
Alright, fuck you, Pete. I'm gonna kill this thing. Where's my book? It's the thickest, heaviest book I got. Ooh!
Fake ass Stormbreaker.
I'm gonna kill this bitch with
We going
Stormbreaker.
in. He's gonna miss a throw the spider into himself.
Oh my god, it curled up.
Yeah, that's what spiders
Oh,
do.
no.
So hit it again, you fuck.
Killed it. Let me go get something to dispose of the corpse.
You are the... Oh my god. This show... I kick one of the members off the show. Miller exists. Gave
Oh my
y'all
God.
a show. Dude's freaking out. It's gone.
Geek, it's gone.
Yep. I just said
Gone.
that. Yeah.
It is not there anymore. What do I do?
Accept your fate and sit the fuck down.
Hold on, I gotta throw away the toilet
No,
paper.
you don't. You might find the spider again. What, dude? This guy. I just want to get through the show today.
I actually found it on my way to throw that away. It walked like a whole 2 inches.
Damn,
I'm
homie
sorry.
might need glasses. You definitely gave the YouTube viewers a show on that one.
Oh,
The
no, what did
only
I
thing
do?
in frame was your ass. Just,
Oh no.
and every time you swing, you're just twerking it like you're Miley Cyrus over there. So I can't wait for that to get clipped. That's gonna be on Twitter tomorrow.
Stormbreaker has now claimed a life.
Did it? Because
Yes.
you should have gone for the head.
I should have went with the blade part.
You should have gone for the head.
Can you cut off a spider's head?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Spiders have heads? Like disconnected from their torso?
Kinda.
Isn't it just like a little bulb and then legs?
No, there's definitely multiple pieces there, kinda. And spiders are weird. Moving on, because this is fucking stupid.
I didn't take no zoology.
The Eagles. Oh, excuse me. We gotta grade them. Gross. That was gross. What the fuck?
I also drafted Hunter Lipke.
No, they didn't. They signed Hunter
They signed
Lipke.
Hunter Lipke, sorry.
Doesn't factor in.
Well, it's an overall
I
off-season
don't know.
grade.
I don't know. You got all judgy when I bring up other teams' undrafted free agents. So fuck Hunter Lipke.
I do not.
I know. I'm just
talking
being
about
that
Jake.
guy. Probably. I don't know. I gotta find somebody to yell at after he left the show. So
No more Jake.
no more Jake. All right. Yeah. Lipke.
Generational prospect fullback, blue chip.
It's Dallas, so gonna get 0 snaps ever. Wasted
It's not
career. I don't trust
They're
Mike
so-
McCarthy.
I don't know. They got a new offensive coordinator, and
Mike
if they're
McCarthy.
signing, no, they actually got an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but aren't they giving McCarthy back the play calling
Mike McCarthy
duties?
used a fullback. John Kuhn.
Until he didn't.
Yeah, until John Kuhn got old. You gotta remember, a fullback's lifespan is like 5 years.
Yeah, So when Andy Reid doesn't have a fullback because Michael Burton left, Andy Reid's a piece of shit. When Mike McCarthy hasn't had a fullback since 2012.
No, it's still fuck Mike McCarthy. I don't like Mike McCarthy.
Fucking guy.
I'm just saying,
Rather
Mike
hate on
McCarthy
Big
has
Red.
used fullbacks. No, fuck Mike McCarthy too. I hate him more because he's Mike McCarthy. He was there when Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl. Fuck that guy.
Pick a letter grade for the guys, the boys of Cal.
The whole off season would be an A.
I hate to agree.
Yeah, they killed it.
No, it's still an F.
Draft.
They kept Mike McCarthy.
Oh,
Your team
correct.
can't be any good if Mike McCarthy is the coach. Because I'm sorry, Dak ain't Aaron. He ain't.
This is true.
He ain't.
It's Dakota.
Dak cannot overcome the problem that is Mike McCarthy.
Michael McCarthy.
And Aaron Rodgers could only do it once. It took one of the greatest quarterback talents we've ever seen. All he had to do it one time. So, yeah. Moving on to free agent signings. Biggest move for the Eagles was obviously Olamide Zaccheaus. Wide receiver from the Falcons.
The Eagles actually bring him in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing right now. Oh, that wasn't first, though. I, kind of skipped over an entire month to get there, so that's dumb. They re-signed Brandon Graham. They signed the GOAT, Rashad Penny. Which, behind their offensive line, yikes.
I mean, yeah, if he stays healthy, he
hard.
can be a dog, and that gives him the best opportunity to be healthy in Philly, so.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't catch any strays once he hits the open field.
He will. That's his career. Marcus Mariota.
That's an interesting backup.
I mean, it fits their offense real good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a time Hurts goes down, the offense doesn't have to completely change to something else like it did with Minshew last year. That did
and I
not
also
work.
think Mariota at this point is probably better than Minshew as a whole, so.
Always was. Minshew always been a little overrated.
He's just a fun guy.
Yeah.
Not actually that great at football.
Yeah.
But jorts and mullet go hard.
True. Nicholas Moreau, linebacker.
There's legend. Actually, pretty solid.
Gotta replace those there linebackers you lost, Mr. Edwards and Mr.
Kaiser White.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, their linebackers definitely took a hit. But bringing in Morrow and then you have Nakobe Dean to step up, it's not going to be a huge deal.
Hopefully they should be okay.
Yeah. If Dean can be what Dean was supposed to be, then.
Yeah.
Which I'm fully confident he is. The only reason he hasn't
Nakobe
had
Dean.
the opportunity is because of the guys ahead of him.
Two other assholes, yeah.
Hey, respect Jay Edwards. He's your new dad.
Okay.
He'll do something in one of those games.
I'm sure he'll get a tackle, or at least credit
Behind
for
the
one.
line of scrimmage.
Alexander Madison too strong for that little man.
If Alexander Madison is your RB1 against Chicago, Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards gonna eat. Num num.
You say that, but we'll see.
And also the jackhammer go num num.
Yeah, when he's already 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, because you
gonna
got
happen.
no
Javon
D-line.
Dexter. It's not sure the interior of our defensive line's good.
It's rookies.
Don't have any edges yet.
Stop.
Rookies, Andrew Billings, who's one of the better nose tackles in the league, and Justin Jones is pretty solid. Interior of our defensive line is at least going to be good in run defense.
This is the most copium I've ever heard anyone ever have, ever.
No.
We're going to be a really good run defense. We have Justin Jackson is the wildest statement.
Not the name I said.
I kind of
Justin
Don't
Jackson,
remember.
former Tar Heels legend. Love the guy.
What
Wrong
the fuck
sport.
was the Jackson guy that you just said?
Didn't say Jackson.
Who was the last guy you mentioned? I am on drugs.
Justin Jones.
I got one of the names right, and it was
You were
Double
halfway
J.
there.
I was there. It's the
You're like
same.
3/4 of the way there.
I just wanted to yell at you, so I kind of stopped listening halfway through and was waiting for you to finish.
I know what you just said, but you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Geek Slay special.
No, hey. No, I normally get the majority of it. I just did.
Hey, I kind of understand what you said.
I skimmed it for
keyword.
keywords.
I've got the pieces. They're assembling, but while I'm assembling them in the back of my mind, you're a moron.
Come on. It's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, anyways, Eagle.
Jalen Hurts 5-year extension.
Big money, big man, big dub.
Yeah, big dub.
Von Hargrave no longer with them.
That seems to be about it for.
They added the other Edmonds.
I was about to bring that up, and then we got distracted with some other shit. Yeah, Terrell Edmonds.
Terrell Edmonds. It's not bad.
I still think the Edmonds brothers should have teamed up. I don't know what the fuck they were cooking, but they fucked it.
Yeah, I don't know why Terrell didn't come with Big Brother, but.
See, I think it should have been the other way around.
Is it Big Brother?
I don't fucking know.
With brother, and then the Bears could have also signed Trey Edmonds for the training camp.
There you go. But moving on, we got the Eagles draft class trading up with Chicago to pick number 9 to take Jalen Carter in what Chicago fans are calling the worst trade in the history of humanity. Any sport, anytime.
Fans are dumb.
Yeah, but I just needed to throw that out there. I needed to hear Miller wearing his Bears hat say Chicago fans were dumb. It makes me feel nice.
Jalen Carter, very good. Not guy for Bear.
No, not guy for Bear, but guy for Eagle, for sure.
Guy for Eagle, absolutely. He go be with friends from Georgia.
In good culture. Mm-hmm. Though also in a city where he has one bad play, he might get murdered, so that's tough.
Oh, listen, have you seen Jalen Carter? No one's going to come after him.
Have you seen Philly fans? They literally eat horse shit. So you
They
sure?
will run at him, and then he'll just turn around and they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, sir," and then just walk away.
Yeah, I think you underestimate the psycho that is the Eagle fan.
Well, no. They'll just have to find someone else to take it out on, so they'll go find a horse and punch the horse in the face like they've already done before.
Or Santa Claus and just start throwing shit at him.
Or they'll start pulling a Charles Barkley and spit in a little girl's face.
God, this fucking city, man. I still get so annoyed at the conversation around Jalen Carter, though. When it comes to, like, what happened with him. Well, he got one of his teammates killed. No. He wasn't drunk.
He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And it's not his fault that somebody in a different car was driving drunk and raced him. That is not his fault. I'm sorry. Yeah. The fact that he's getting sued over that is so fucking wild.
Is there even a case to be had?
I don't think so. He's in a different car, wasn't part of any of it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're just hoping he'll want to settle it out of court.
I don't know. I don't know what's worse for the public view. The public view of Jalen Carter is already kind of ruined, though, because he's...
You already know, if he settles out of court, NFL fans will stop caring. Because as soon as anything's settled out of court, they're like, okay, they didn't do it.
He was
They're innocent. They just wanted money.
Yeah. Yeah. Second first-round pick, Nolan Smith. Fuck the Eagles. So that's what I got here.
They really said, hey, Hassan Reddick, let's clone you.
Let's clone you. Let's do it. Hassan, younger. You again.
Hey, Hassan, you? But younger? And faster?
Both go do thing. We happy? Yeah. That's something.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He fell to what, pick 30?
Yeah.
Or did they have to trade up like a spot or two to get him?
Pick 30. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs had already wrote him on their draft card. The poor guys.
No, they wanted Uzama because his hometown kid. Like, their GM was pretty adamant
I
about
still don't
that.
know if that matters. If Nolan Smith's there, you do what's best. You don't just
I mean, yeah.
pick the guy for his Derrick Rose moment when,
Tell that to Jerry Jones.
Okay.
No, but like, yeah.
Call him for me. Get him in here. I'll tell him. I ain't
Hey,
afraid.
Jerry, you want to come on the
Hey,
Run the
Jerry,
North
you're a
podcast?
fucking idiot. Sorry. Third round, because they didn't.
Run the North.
Okay, I'm on drugs. Why they no second round pick?
Trade it to somebody.
It wasn't part of the AJ Brown deal.
Was it the no? Because they got picks in the Jonathan Gannon thingy.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, is it the CJ Gardner Johnson? Did they trade for him or sign him? I don't know.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. Third round, Tyler Steen, tackle out of Bama. I didn't like Steen. What were your thoughts on Steen?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out.
Eagles
traded a second-round pick, number 62, to the Texans for pick 65. So they had a second-round pick, but they traded back 3 spots.
They don't have a second round pick though.
They had it, and then they traded it back and went into the third round
Oh,
because it was
I see. Yeah. Tyler Steen.
He was whatever to me as a tackle, but apparently he's going to be a guard for them, and I like him a little bit more as a guard.
Which means they're keeping Cam Jurgens for center, which me likey.
Yeah.
Me
I had
likey
a
bouncy.
Well, on him
to be fair,
tackle,
Jurgens might start at guard this year though, just cuz.
Start Jurgens at fullback, you cowards.
Nah, that's the position for. Nope, that's the wrong guy. Sidney Brown was their second third round pick. I was thinking of the other Brown. The other Illinois guy. Homie took off his glasses. It got serious, but he not speaking words. Homie's having an aneurysm. Yo, so what's wrong with Sidney Brown? Why we hate?
Can't tackle.
So he's Eddie Jackson. Nice.
No, because he tries.
No, he doesn't.
He tries
Eddie
more than
Jackson
Eddie
doesn't
does.
even try to cover.
Well, no, my point is Sidney Brown tries.
Oh.
Eddie Jackson does not.
Oh. So you hate
He's
Sidney
not-
Brown for giving effort. And
I hate
just being
Sidney Brown
bad.
for not being able to do it.
I hate you for not being able to do it. That's why you're just on Run the North. I'm really trying to end this show entirely today, apparently. You good? You about to leave?
Yeah, I mean, Sidney Brown, to me, I don't know. I don't see the upside with him. He was like kind of okay in college. He's athletic. And I'll put it this way, when he has a guy coming over the middle of the field that doesn't see him, he can hit them hard. So he can be a good gunner. He can be a good special teamer. But I don't see him having a lot of upside like as an actual DB in the NFL, seeing meaningful playing time. Like out of the big 3 DBs at Illinois, I think he was by far and away the worst one, and it wasn't close between him, Witherspoon, and Martin.
Fair. 4th round pick. Keely Ringo.
That was a good pick.
Yeah. What is it with the Philadelphia Bulldogs, though?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
They got.
When they haven't really been
working.
working out yet. Nakobe wasn't that good yet. Jordan Davis was like okay.
Jordan Davis was good when he was on the field, but he got hurt.
Right. Like, I don't know. It hasn't worked out in this extreme way where it should be the only team you ever draft anyone from ever.
Well, let's look at it this way. Jalen Carter was probably the most talented player in the class, and he was there at pick 10.
Yeah.
9. Nolan Smith was top 3 edge rusher in the class, and he was there at pick 30. And then Keely Ringo, I didn't like him as much as a lot of people did, but the consensus was he was like a top 10 corner in the class. He's there in the 4th round. So like, haha, Georgia Bulldogs, but I think it was more just coincidental.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't drafting them because they were from Georgia. It's just it happened to be the best guy available for them at 3 of their 4 first picks were from Georgia. But yeah, no, Keely Ringo's fun. He's a really good press man corner, and
Yeah.
I almost think there's potential for him to turn into like a safety.
That might be the play, but also they just need to get younger because Bradbury and Slay be old.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. Like I said, I didn't like him. What round did they take him in, the 4th?
Yeah.
I think that might be
kind of the 4th.
I had a 3rd round grade on him.
It was the 4th, but they had the Cardinals or the Texans pick either one, 105. So it was like basically a 3rd.
Yeah, and I had a 3rd round
because he got drafted.
Him, so
I think he's 4 picks behind Mekhi Blackman, the Vikings corner.
Which is wild.
I'm okay with it. I wasn't that big of a fan of Ringo.
I wasn't either, but I also really wasn't high on Mekhi.
Yeah, but you a hater, so it's okay. No.
Anyways, what was next?
2025 Eagles starting quarterback Tanner McKee. Okay, so no, this isn't me being an asshole about it, but look at the way the Eagles have done this. The last, they had Sam Bradford, but drafted Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz takes over. They have Carson Wentz, but they draft Jalen Hurts, and Hurts takes over. Now
Carson Wentz had potential. Jalen Hurts is good. What's McKee?
I mean, Carson Wentz had as high of a high as Jalen Hurts did. Second in MVP voting. So
those guys,
if Jalen Hurts gets hurt next year, and then you get a little bit of McKee, and then going into that next year, it's like, oh, we can get out of paying Jalen and just go with McKee. Let's go.
Howie Roseman would be fired on the spot.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just being a cunt. Yeah, I don't like McKee. To be fair, I don't think he makes the roster. I really don't.
No, because they did this. They didn't draft him, but they did something similar with Carson Strong last year.
Yeah.
They brought in like a white, pure pocket passer, and didn't work out.
Well, you let him learn the playbook, and then you let him go, and then if there's an injury, you bring him back as the backup, and it's a guy who kind of knows what's going on. He's been there. He knows some stuff.
No, I mean, it makes sense. I'm just saying, I'm with you. I don't think
smarter than the 49ers. That's what it is.
Actually, he might make, or no. Never mind. The new rule only applies to players dressing. It doesn't give you an extra roster spot.
Yeah.
I got confused for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he might be QB3.
I just don't know if they actually carry 3.
I think you'd be dumb not to with the new rule that you can dress a 3rd quarterback.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Just because we saw what happened to the Niners, how quickly
I know. I'm just thinking. I wish the Vikings would just trade Nick Mullins straight up for Malik Willis. That's what I want.
Why would the Titans do that?
Because they hate him. And
I don't care how bad you hate him. Why would you trade him for Nick Mullins?
Because Nick Mullins is better than Ryan Tannehill. Check the numbers. Nick Mullins, the GOAT. No, Nick Mullins' career numbers are basically the equivalent of a single season, and it's actually kind of awesome. It's weird. To be fair, Kyle Shanahan did the exist. But 66% completion percentage, 5,085 yards, 27 TDs. That's a GOAT.
Whatever. Is this guy playing in the NFC East?
It could be.
Well, he's not right now, so.
Tanner McKee, Nick Mullins. I mean, same fucking guy, really.
I mean, essentially, yeah. What else is going on in Philly? Did they have any other picks?
Yeah, Moro Ajomo, and I actually kind of love that.
Yeah.
Ajomo fell to the 7th round.
Yeah.
Hate it. Hate that he fell that far. Not.
Yeah, Moro was my 10th DT. I had a 4th round grade.
I loved Moro. I hate the. Did you see the report? I'm sorry, I have to bring this up about the other NFL GMs being pissed at how much praise the Eagles were getting for their draft class, and it's like, dog, just draft better and you'll get praise like that. I'm sorry, when the Eagles get multiple guys who should have been drafted about 90 million spots higher than they were, yeah they win. Sure, Steen and Sidney Brown, not the greatest picks. McKee is... Every team throws away one on some goofiness. It's just what they do. McKee was the goofiness here. But
It's going to be so fun when I'm the first person on the internet to not give the Eagles an A+.
Are you... Well, for the offseason as a whole, that's valid. For the draft, that's not valid. It's an A+ draft. Not an A+ offseason. How?
Sidney Brown and McKee ruined it for me. But it's an A.
Yeah,
it's an A.
But the Bears are an A+. That's just you being biased. Oh, okay. Was anybody an A+ then?
Pittsburgh and Arizona.
Okay. Drugs. Moro Ajomo in the 7th round. Pick 32 in the 7th round makes it better than any of the draft classes.
The Eagles did fantastic, but Sidney Brown is going to hold it back for me. I really don't like Sidney Brown.
You're on drugs. They got 2 of the 10 best players in the draft. Drugs.
Sidney Brown, well, I don't know. It'll be tough.
It's not that bad. You're just hating so hard. The McKee thing, I would say is valid, but
I'll put it this way: the McKee pick is like a C. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad pick. It's just a.
And you're making Sidney Brown sound like it's a Z-.
It'll be in the D range for me.
You're wildin'. But all right, overall grade for the Philadelphia Eagles.
They also traded for DeAndre Swift. We didn't mention that, but like,
but like, who cares? Rashad Penny better.
DeAndre Swift not good. I think their offseason as a whole, I'm gonna give an A+ just because they extended Hurts.
See, I don't know if I can go that high. They lost a lot.
They lost a lot, but they extended Hurts and they were able to retain both of their corners, which we thought they would lose at least one of them.
They had to lose a lot to retain those 2 corners, though. So
yeah, but like, what were the big pieces they lost? They lost Edwards. They lost Kaiser White. They had linebackers.
CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Okay, that's fair.
Isaac Seumalo.
Yeah, but I like Juergens if they're going to play him as a
center.
No, but if they're going to try to play him at guard.
I don't want them to. They should have just kept Seumalo.
Oh.
Seumalo. I don't know.
It's Seumalo.
The angel of death in the sea gap. I don't know. Pat McAfee story. If you know, you know.
Yeah. But
God,
yeah,
I love that story so much.
I like how they. I guess it wouldn't be fully addressed because one of the guys was already on the roster, but I like what they have at linebacker to replace the 2 guys they lost. I like what they have on the defensive line to replace the guy they lost. I think Juergens can be fine if you're going to play him at guard. Hell, maybe even it was Jalen Duncan they drafted, right?
Last year, I have no idea.
No, this year, the tackle they just drafted.
No, Tyler Steen.
Who was it? Tyler Steen, sorry. I get them backwards. They both were mediocre tackles that played for red teams.
Yeah.
Tyler Steen, I think, can be a fine guard. Or if not him, then like I said, I think Juergens will be fine there. And then retaining both of your corners, the only like real huge loss for them is CJ Gardner-Johnson. And I'm sure they can get that. Oh,
and Marcus Epps. Their other starting safety. Who, like, sure, Marcus Epps is not like all pro caliber safety. But he's a good safety and like yeah. You're replacing him with Sidney Brown.
Yeah, that's tough.
And you're replacing CJ Gardner-Johnson with Sidney Brown. It's just Sidney Brown as safeties.
It's always been.
It's only Sidney Brown.
Has it always been CJ or fuck? It's all Sidney Brown. It's always been.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, Ringo might be able to play. Nickel might be able to take over for CJ.
Yeah, but you still need safeties at that point, and they don't have any. So it's tough because losing CJ means you lose a safety and a nickel corner. So
yeah,
that's tough. CJ's so good in that role, and he signed
Yeah.
for like $6 million. You can afford that. I'm sorry. I am absolutely positive Jalen Hurts would have been like, what? Take like $6 million less. All right, I'm down.
Or at least like backload his deal.
Right,
Put that $6 million in
do
the future.
something else to like make sure you could keep CJ GJ.
Yeah, I guess because of that, I'd say an A,
Yeah.
not an A plus.
I think I'm going A minus. I don't know. I'm a little annoyed by some of it a little more. They also let Jalen Reagor go last year, so really got to dock him for that. No, we should actually up it for that, huh?
Yeah, you're just mad that he came to your team.
Honestly, I was kind of hyped for it at one point. Because, like...
I know you were. I remember this.
Yeah, because the first-round receivers who flame out in Philly that go to Minnesota are always good. Except Jalen Reagor, because dude doesn't like to finish his routes. Dude's afraid to run. Dude doesn't like touchdowns. It's his own fault. Dude also, I don't know if he ever fielded a punt cleanly. I think they hit the ground every fucking time. I don't know how. I really don't.
He's just not good.
No. I really hope he doesn't make the roster.
I hope he... As long as it means Speedy Naylor is on a football team, I will be okay with the Vikings cutting Jalen Reagor.
Yeah. I think Speedy's going to be wide receiver 4.
Good, I like his name.
Jalen Naylor.
Yeah. Well, I like that he's called
Speedy.
Speedy.
He's not Thea Queen, though, so I don't like it.
What?
Green Arrow, his sister, Thea, Speedy.
Oh, I think of Speedy as Roy.
Oh,
I'm a Young Justice guy.
gross.
Teen Titans. Either were.
Thea Beta.
Nah, Young Justice is cool with Roy. They give him a whole, like, crazy arc, because he's a clone and shit. Sorry, spoilers for Young Justice, like, Season 3, if you're not caught up.
Cares?
Sorry, not sorry.
Season 3, didn't that come out in, like, 1998?
It came out in, like, the mid-2010s.
Did it really? What?
No, Young Justice was, like,
I thought Young Justice was also with the older...
No,
I
you're
don't
just
know.
thinking of Justice League.
Oh,
Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, I thought Young Justice was around the same time. I don't know.
No, Young Justice was a Cartoon Network show in, like, the 2010s.
That explains why I never watched it.
Yeah, I didn't catch it until it was on HBO Max, though, because I got into DC Comics a lot later.
Valid. But, yeah, I guess that's the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll see how many members of Run the North are here next week.
What if it's 4?
Who we
What
add?
I don't know.
Oh.
Kyle
Well,
Long?
There's so
Charles
many
Young
options. You know, Justin Jefferson might be here next week. You never know. You never know
Maybe.
who's going to pop by on Run the North and who Geek's going to kick out. So,
No one's popped by yet, so don't...
Shit. No, that's not true. Everybody watched the draft episode. There were like 150 people there.
Oh, yeah, we did have people that pop by during the draft. It's just...
Yeah. So, yeah. Do all the things, you know, like, subscribe, share the podcast, help it grow. If you're not watching, go check us out on YouTube. Check out Miller and Jake, because at least for this episode, he'll still be linked. We'll see what the future holds.
Taking potential applications for a Packers fan.
Yeah, I think we know of a couple that might want to be in there. But, yeah, that's all we got. So, bye!